Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I'm going to show you a birthday card I made using the Ice Cream Corner bundle from the January to June catalog. And the good news is that this stamp set and its coordinating punch, the ice cream cone builder punch, are carrying over into the new annual catalog, which goes live May 3rd or May 4th. However, the designer series paper and these ice cream corner sprinkles are not being carried over. So if you want the paper and the sprinkles, that you have to order before the end of this current catalog, but the stamp and the coordinating punch are carrying over. So this is a birthday card that I made. I'm using it as a thank you card for one of my customers. I mentioned a couple times, I believe, that I am starting to, instead of mass producing thank you cards, I am trying to make everyone their own individual thank you card using one of the products that they ordered. I love the idea. It is taking me a lot longer to get my thank you cards up because obviously I'm making a specific card for each and every one of them, and I am videotaping quite a few of them. So as long as I can keep it up, that's how it's going to go. So this is the card we're making, and let me show you what we're using. Again, it's the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set, and we're going to use this Happy Birthday and with sprinkles on top. And I realize I haven't mounted them yet, so I'm just going to take a second and mount these onto my blocks. And they are photopolymer stamps, so I do need my pierce mat when I get to the the stamping, excuse me. Now I have a piece of thick basic white for my base. This one opens booklet style, and this one that I'm making with you is going to open easel style. So this booklet style one is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, and this easel style is 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5.5. It's going to look the exact same. Then I have a piece of old olive, and this piece of cardstock started out as 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And you'll see here on my card, I made a green tag. So instead of wasting this piece of paper and not using it to its fullest, what I did was, with the stitched rectangles framelit set, I took one of the framelits and I cut it out. I cut out this tag. I ran it through my Big Shot and cut out this tag right in the middle. And there is my tag. No one is going to see my hole here. So that's just a way to save myself a little bit of paper. And then I have a piece of designer series paper from the coordinating paper set, the Ice Cream Corner. And one side has, excuse me, this brown check on it, which looks like an ice cream cone. And the other side has the ice cream cone itself. So the paper, like I said, is not carrying over. But let me just show it to you real quick. This is a piece that I'm using now. See, it has the brown checks and then it has the cones. And this is a soft serve cone, and it has sprinkles on the back of it. And then there's this striped one that has popsicles on the back of it. And then we have all these other awesome looking patterns, and they coordinate so nicely. So that's what I'm using. And again, that is called the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper, and it's only available until May 3rd. So I have this piece here, this green piece, that I cut my tag out of. Oh my goodness, where did I put my adhesive? Well, I can't seem to find my my new adhesive, so I'm going to use my old snail. So I'm going to attach this green piece, it's old olive. I'm going to attach that. It's a very small border, very tiny border. Okay, and then now I have my piece of designer series paper. And I'm going to use both sides of this. I do want to make sure that my ice cream cones are going straight, but I do want to cut off the bottom part of this. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to cut off 1 3/4 of an inch. Oops. And here are my 2 pieces. Now I have my ice cream, and I have my cone. So I'm going to attach that now to my green, my old olive paper. And once again, it is a very small border. And now I'm going to attach the cone side of my paper. Now, when I go place this on, instead of placing it, butting it up against this and placing it down, I may have made a tiny bit of mistake placing it up here. So I do want to ensure that my borders are going to be even. So I'm going to place it along here. And if there's any discrepancy, it's just going to overlap there. Now, what I should have done, oh my goodness, before I attached my green paper, I apologize, is attach my ribbon. So I'm going to carefully lift that up. Okay, so now I have a piece of some old olive ribbon. This is very, very old. And I'm just going to run it in here, and I'm going to tie a bow. And I'm going to let the ribbon come over my seam here. And that way, it'll hide my seam. Okay. And I'm going to make my bow. I'm going to play with it just a little bit. And when I'm happy with it, I'm going to trim the ends off of it. Okay, so the front of my card is all done except for my little tag. So for my tag, I have a little scrap piece of basic white, and it's cut 1 1/8 by 3 1/8. And with the old olive stamp pad, I'm going to ink up my stamp that says happy birthday. And I am using my Pierce mat because it is a photopolymer stamp set, and I want a nice crisp image. And there's happy birthday. And while I have my stamp pad out, I'm also going to stamp up the inside of my card. And I have the sentiment that says with sprinkles on top. And again, on my Pierce mat, I'm going to come in, straight down, straight up. Now all my stamping is done. Now I have with sprinkles on top, and I have to put some sprinkles on my project. So I'm going to bring in my silicone pad and some liquid glue, and I'm going to just make a little dot there. Now I'm going to use the ice cream corner sprinkles. I'm going to open this up, and with my Pierce tool, I'm just going to lift up a couple of these and place them on my ice cream cone. So I'm just going to mix and match. I'm going to do this one here, and it has purple posy in it, so I'm not going to use a purple posy one. I'm going to use this blue, which I think is Coastal Cabana, and I'm just going to drop it very lightly into my little glue, my liquid glue puddle. And I'm going to use a Daffodil Delight. And if there's any, if there's any glue on this, it will dry clear, so I'll be okay. And this one doesn't want to come off my finger. Okay, I'm going to drop him there. Then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to get a Calypso Coral one. And I'm going to do this one now. And I'm going to use, let's see, for this one I'll use a Purple Posy. And they really do stay nice and sturdy once they've dried. And I'm going to use a Daffodil Delight. Oh, actually, I have Coastal Cabana showed up, so I'm using that one. Okay, and I do want a yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one right here. And for that one, I'm going to use, again, a Purple Posy. Coastal Cabana. Okay. Probably should have just popped it out, right? Use a Coastal Cabana. And I'll use the blue. And now I really have sprinkles on top, just like my card says. So the last thing I want to do is I do want to take my Happy Birthday that I stamped, and I'm going to attach that to that green tag that I die cut out of my mat. And you see, you can't tell that I did that, right? So I just saved myself a little bit of paper. And the way I cut it, it's 3 1/8 by 1 1/8, and it fits, it nests nicely so that I can still see the stitching on my tag. Then I'm going to take a couple dimensionals. And pop my tag up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put that right down on this corner here. And there we have it. Super simple, and it's cute. Didn't take much time, just a little bit of cutting of the paper, and there we go. Happy Birthday with sprinkles on top, and there are those adorable little sprinkles. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products I used, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you do not have a demonstrator with whom you work, certainly let me know, and I'll be glad to pop a new catalog in the mail to you. And while you're here on my YouTube channel, I'd love it if you'd give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you would subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when I post new projects. Thanks so much. Have a great day, and I'll catch you back here later.